Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Kicking It With, where I'm going to be chopping it up with Conya Doss. Hey, Conya, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. You look lovely today. There's some bright colors, and I love what you got going on your wall. That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That's my work, my students' work, and my old albums. I'm like, some people don't even know what albums are. I'm like, yeah. So this gives me a nice vibe when I'm recording, just to kind of pay homage to the music that I've grown up listening to.
Oh, cool. So you do a lot of recording at home?
Lately I have, but after I had my son, it just wasn't happening. If you could really see all his little extra drums and all, I just, yeah. So, during this pandemic, I've had no choice but to pretty much do recording here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have been doing that. Most of the people that I speak with have been doing that. And since you've been doing it, so in 2020, I believe you did "Not Trading You" song.
Yes. Now I didn't do that one here. That was co-written with myself, Rodney Jones, also known as Art of Artez, and the amazing artist and producer Myron Davis.
Okay, good, good. And I love that song. That's great. And I was in it, they had me anticipating something else coming along, and you delivered definitely.
Thank
You did
you.
you did some work with I hope I'm saying this right. Keys,
Yes,
an album
yes.
called 6019.
Yes, and that's the distance, because I was like, is that kilometers or miles? But he said it's kilometers, or is it kilometers? Either I, tomato, tomato. But yeah, so he came up with that title. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Because we were on the grind to put that together.
Yeah, yeah. And it's an EP, but it's got I think 5 songs on it. And
Yes.
I've picked up 2 songs on it that I really like. One is Happy Valley, and the other one is Where Is the Love? And that's got a really reggae feel to it.
Yeah, it's different from me.
Yeah, yeah. And over here, because I'm in the UK, as you probably already know,
Right, right.
and they love reggae music and anything has a reggae feel. So I'm sure that song has done quite well here. Um, but I really want to talk to you about wishful thinking and what's going to be expected on through rose colored glasses. So I've
Okay.
received wishful thinking a couple of weeks ago. I love it. Absolutely adore it. Your voice is
Thank
phenomenal. It's
you.
just as beautiful as it's always been. How did you go about your creative process on wishful thinking, and what can we look for with the album that it's going to be supporting?
Wow, the album through rose colored glasses. And I think everything that I create is kind of encompasses the title. Because when you think of rose colored glasses, sometimes things are what we want it to be, and it's not exactly what it is. And wishful thinking is that might be just what it is. You're seeing what you want to see, not what you need to see, what's really there.
Yeah.
So and I was really obliged to work with B Golden, who also
Okay.
has music which might be playing over there as well. I was like, I need the B Golden touch. So he's like, I got a track, I'm gonna work on it. And he sent it to me, and instantly I just wrote to it without a problem. And it's, to me, it was like a marriage. The chemistry was there. I didn't think about a concept or anything. It was just, I was, singing kind of like freestyle. And then I did the hook, and then I did the verses to
Okay.
what makes sense, as if I can't act, but I think when I'm in the studio, I'm an Oscar worthy actress. So, I was just putting myself in that position as if I'm having a conversation about somebody who knows that the situation is not what it is, but they're wishful thinking. So
Yeah.
that's how they.
Yeah, because you know what, and I can understand it because I'm not a singer, but when I'm listening and playing music here, you can't tell me that I'm not Luther Vandross.
Right. That's a good comparison.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And the other thing is, since Oscar, our agreement is that because 166019, a couple of the songs I'm going to use, and Happy Valley was my favorite, because at first I'm like, I gotta have it on Three Rose Colored Glasses. And then there's another song. It's only 2 songs that I pulled from that one, but called Sandcastles as well. But the
Okay.
Happy Valley is just puts me in a different place. So I thought having Oscar Keys and
Husky.
B Golden brought a different, an additional flavor to the project, in addition to me working with my previous producers as well, Myron and Rodney.
Okay, okay. So when do you think the album will be ready?
Okay, being an artist is like, it would never be ready if I don't just stop. So the
Yeah.
anticipated date is definitely June 13th, which is my birthday. That's what I'm shooting for, because everything is pretty much done. I just have to, sometimes you have to take a minute away from the music, and then because you
Yeah.
get dead ears, and then I want to go back and listen, and then, make sure everything is making sense. So the project's pretty much is done, but June is the date that I'm looking for, June 13th, forward to.
Okay. So have you ever had a project where you've sat with it so long that you end up almost rearranging and redoing another album because you're not quite happy with what it was? And probably everybody around you was like, this is beautiful, this is lovely, leave it alone. You had to keep going.
Actually, I haven't had that issue because, I'm always creating things, but what I have had is some tracks that I didn't listen to in 3 or 4 years. And I went back and like, wow, this feels really good right now.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the music, I think it's more me, not the song choices, but my vocal delivery, not being 100% happy with that. And
Okay.
then sometimes I'm like, the rawness, I had to learn everything is not going to be pretty and perfect. And I think people can appreciate the raw essence of the music.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I don't shell things, but there's some songs that didn't make the project. And I'm like, ooh, that might be for the next one. Yeah. So that has
Absolutely.
happened.
Yeah, yeah. So let's tell people about your social media, how they can get in contact with you. What's the best way to get your music that it benefits you most, and how they can keep up to date with what's going on.
Okay. I'm getting new to this social media. I'm doing a little bit better. It's just I can't live in it.
It's too much
um,
sometimes. Yeah.
It is. So it is. I'm on www.conyadoss.com. That's my website. And I hope I
Yep.
said 3 W's, but
Yeah, you did.
okay, good. Facebook, I'm under Conya Doss, and I also have a Conya Doss fan page as well. And then Twitter under Conya D, and then Instagram is Conya Doss. And those are the platforms that I'm pretty much navigating through on a consistent basis.
Okay.
And of course, my music is pretty much available on all platforms. Um, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. But the other thing is the hard copy. Now that I know a lot of people gravitate towards a lot of streams, but I'm like a CD reader. I like to read so I will have a limited, um, I guess, distribution of the CDs, as well as I'm praying that I can get a couple vinyls. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great
Yeah.
because I'm glad to see vinyl was making a comeback, and that's
Oh
definitely
yeah.
something that
Oh
we
yeah.
need in our lives. Yeah. So look, people, you know how I tell you, get your nickels and dimes together. Make sure you are ready when Kanye Doss drops through rose-colored glasses. You are going to love this. If it's anything like her other work, and I'm sure it's going to be better than anything she's ever done, make sure you save up your nickels and dimes and go out and get through rose-colored glasses when it's dropped on her around her birthday. So she says, so that'll be a great birthday present for you guys to give to her. Go and get their album. Kanya,
Thank you.
thank you for giving me your time, and I appreciate you joining us here on Kicking It With.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Have a
Take
good
care.
day. All right.
You too. Bye bye.